Yes, there has been a change at the top. On the sidelines this season, you will see the newly named head coach, Sean O'Regan, for the James Madison Dukes, as well as the 2015 Player of the Year in the CAA, Precious Hall, who makes her return to the court this season after missing last year with an ACL injury. And Coach, first of all, welcome to 6 inches over on the bench. And it's going to be an exciting season for you as a head coach because it's not like it's a new team for you in terms of the recruits, in terms of the current players on the roster. How has that transition been for you so far?
Yeah, it's been, I think, pretty smooth. I mean, it's a different perspective for me, but it's smooth in the sense that, I mean, I even know the players better than I know the assistant coaches. You know, I know the recruits better than the assistant coaches, at least initially. So it's been a pretty smooth transition for me moving over. A little different perspective, you know, at practice and sitting in a different office. But for the most part, it's been pretty smooth, and we've been able to hit the ground running.
And Kenny Brooks moved on to Virginia Tech, but how did he prepare you as an associate head coach to take this role?
Yeah, I mean, in so many ways. You know, the first on the top of my head is he brought me to media day last year and walked me around and kind of walked what he went through. But you know, I pull from his lessons all the time. I pull from his lessons from practice. I pull from his lessons, you know, in the office with dealing with staff. You know, 9 of my 13 coaching years have been under Kenny Brooks. And if you add 3 more when I was a manager, I mean, that's 12 of 16 years. So, so many lessons he's taught me. But, you know, just respecting the game and being a good leader and a role model for our girls and having a good, strong base of relationships is really what's most important to us.
Oh, no question about it. And Precious, welcome back to the court this season after missing last year with that ACL injury. How did that change your perspective as a student athlete?
It made me realize a lot of things. And I had to sit back on the bench and watch everyone do what they had to do on the court. But the main thing I did, I watched the coaches a lot because I wasn't playing. So I just decided to look at the game from a different perspective. One thing I did learn was being patient and letting the game grow and not controlling everything. And I think that's what I'm going to bring to the court this year is being patient and let everybody do what they have to do.
And you averaged 20 points a game as a junior when you were Player of the Year in the conference. Coming back this year after missing a season, how do you pick up seamlessly in terms of that type of production for your team?
It's not that much different. I know that everyone asks, like, how are you going to feel about your ACL? Are you feeling confident? And I think I feel more confident than I did my junior year. I spent the whole year getting stronger, being smarter, and I'm really excited.
Well, that's scary for the rest of the conference, Sean. And with that being said, you graduated Jasmine Gwathmey, who was a tremendous player in your program for her 4-year career. She's on to the WNBA, where she was drafted to the San Antonio Stars. And how proud of her are you to see her play that well at the next level? She got some great rookie minutes this summer.
Yeah, it really doesn't surprise me because of the type of kid Jasmine is, but I was really glad to see them give her a shot towards the end of the year and giving her starts and giving her some, you know, the ball. And she's just she's very coachable, and you know, she's earned every bit of that. She worked really hard for 5 years. You know, she had a redshirt her freshman year, so very proud of her.
Right, and this season you return 2 starters to the 3-time champion roster for you, and you have the Rookie of the Year in Kayla Cooper-Williams from last season. How have you seen her game evolve from that fantastic freshman year to now being a sophomore where her opponents can kind of game plan for her skill set a little bit better? How have you seen her evolve?
Well, sure. I think last year what we did with Kayla was we kept it really simple for her. And so, hey, just defend, just rebound, and then, you know, catch that drive and kick pass and finish it. And I think what she's done in the offseason and what she's doing now is hopefully developing a little bit more confidence, being a post presence on the block. So we can throw it to her and let her go 1-2 dribbles and make a right-handed hook shot. You know, last year it wasn't as much of that for her. It was, Angela Mickens driving in there, dishing
Right.
it off to her. Now she finishes. So she's really developed her game as far as that, and she's still got that same kind of mentality of going to get the ball and blocking shots. So it's been fun watching her grow throughout the summer.
Well, you have another player who is just as ferocious on the block inside. Delisha Griffin led the CAA with 9 rebounds a game. And Precious, you saw it last year in her game to be able to go out there and make a difference in terms of getting those extra possessions for the team. How important will that be this year for that to continue for your team's success?
I think that's going to be one of the key things that we're going to look into this season. I think it's going to help me out a lot. I know you can't make every shot, and you're going to need someone down there rebounding the ball. And I think that's something that Dee Dee really brings to the team. And I think she's teaching the younger girls that, hey, like, this is what we're good at. We're good at rebounding the ball. This is how we win games. This is how we keep going and doing what we have to do.
Right, and Coach, this season in the non-conference portion of the year, you have first meetings with Florida State, Idaho State, and Rutgers. How does that propel the confidence of your team to take on those kinds of opponents outside of conference play?
Yeah, well, we set the schedule this year for just that, and I think the CAA itself has grown, and I think is a whole lot better this year than it has been the last couple. So with the non-conference, we're trying to, the Tennessee, the Florida State, the Iowa, all those schools, I think will help prepare us for the CAA, yes, but hopefully we get that sought-after championship, and we get to the big stage. And at the big stage, you're playing every one of those people you're playing at the big stage is a heavy hitter.
Right.
And if we can play 6 games against high major schools, maybe when we get to that stage, it's hey, we played a school just like that. And so that was the purpose with the schedule, and hopefully it will prepare us in the end.
Right, and last season your team was 27-6. You go back to the NCAA tournament, and how important, Precious, will that be to maintain that level of excellence and expectation of success for your team?
I think we're always used to holding that expectation. I think that's something that we look into every year. Set a really good schedule for us, and we're not playing those teams just to say that we're playing Tennessee just because we're playing Florida State. We actually have the mindset of actually winning games and getting on the big stage and getting JMU out there and bringing a good name to the CAA, because I know a lot of people overlook the CAA, and we're just hoping to get them out there.
Right, and the CAA tournament will be at the Combo this year. And how important will that be? I mean, your team travels so well in terms of fans anyway to the Showplace Arena. It was packed with the band and all of your fans there, but now they just have to go around the corner. How important will that be for your team to have that?
It's a huge opportunity, and the neutral court always, there's a difference. There's a different ball. There's a different net. Now at least we'll have the friendly confines of the Convocation Center. And when I was with Kenny, that's when we won our first championship, was 2010 at the Convocation Center. So it's nice to get home there, and our fans are unbelievable. Our fans and our atmosphere is second to none. And I think that gives us a huge advantage and a huge opportunity to hopefully fulfill our goal.
And Precious, before we go, just one thing for you that will be most meaningful at the end of this year will be what? The last time you put on that JMU uniform, what would that mean for you?
Just going out there and playing the game that I love, playing with the girls that I love and the coaching staff that I love. And I think just having that memory carrying me for the rest of my life.
And how special will it be to return to the court in one word this year?
I'm excited. I'm so excited.
Excited? Well,
yes.
We're excited. We're certainly excited for James Madison and for your return and your start 6 inches over at a different chair on the bench at James Madison. We're